Welcome to Truth Uncovered. Today's video isn't a theory, it's a confrontation with something society desperately tries to hide. Not because it's false, but because it's too real. So real, it threatens the illusions we've been sold. Since birth, so piercing that once you hear it, you'll never see love, women, or even yourself the same way again. There was one man, a philosopher feared for his brutal clarity, despised for his honesty. And buried under the polite lies of modern romance, Arthur Schopenhauer. He didn't write about women to flatter them. He didn't write about men to comfort them. He wrote what? He saw through a lens sharper than emotion, clearer than love, and colder than denial. He studied women not as romantic ideals, but as products of biology, strategy, and evolution. And what he discovered is the truth most men never learn until it's too late. This is not about hate. This is about awakening. So sit back, take a breath, because once you hear this, you'll never fall asleep to the same dreams again. Part 1. The Mask She Wears. Understanding the illusion. Schopenhauer didn't start with blame. He started with observation, the most dangerous kind of truth-seeking. He noticed something that men even today struggle to accept, that what women appear to be and what women are often two entirely different things. What you see is softness, a warm smile, a gentle tone, compassion, vulnerability. But what he found beneath that was strategy, precision, and an unspoken instinct. An instinct not driven by fairness or virtue, but by survival. Schopenhauer wrote, "The fundamental fault in the character of women is that they have no sense of justice." Now pause. This isn't an insult. This isn't hatred. This is biological realism. Schopenhauer wasn't saying women are evil. He was saying they operate by a different code, where men often cling to principle. Women move with results, not what's fair, but what works. That's why she can swear she loves you and ghost you the next week. That's why she can rewrite your shared memories like they never happened. That's why she can say you were perfect till someone better appeared. You see, for women, innocence isn't the absence of danger. It's the perfect camouflage. Men mistake sweetness for sincerity. They fall for the act, the soft tone, the tearful eyes, the harmless, and in doing so, they fall into the trap. Because behind that mask is nature, and nature isn't fair, it's efficient. Men fought wars for dominance. Women didn't need to. Their battleground was the male psyche, his desire, his protectiveness, his ego. She learned not to dominate physically, but to influence emotionally. She evolved not to chase, but to make you chase her. She doesn't take control by force. She makes you believe you're in control while quietly directing every move. It's not deception, it's instinctual intelligence. And unless a man sees through the mask, he'll always confuse performance with authenticity. Part 2. Romantic love. The most beautiful lie ever told. Let's get to the heart of it. Why do men feel shattered when love ends? Why does it feel like something sacred was lost? Because men still believe that romantic love is pure. Schopenhauer destroyed this myth with surgical precision. He didn't see love as holy, magical, or even personal. He saw it as biological manipulation, a trick nature plays to fulfill one purpose: reproduction. He wrote, "The ultimate aim of all love affairs is the composition of the next generation." You're not in love with her because she's your soulmate. You're in love because your DNA wants to survive. Her beauty, her charm, her warmth, they're all signals of fertility and compatibility. And she's scanning you for strength, for value, for resources, for what she can extract, reproduce with, and then, if necessary, leave. This is why your jokes used to make her laugh, and now they annoy her. This is why your imperfections were once cute, and now they're deal breakers. You didn't change. Her instincts did. And Schopenhauer saw this before anyone gave it a name. before hypergamy or red pill. He studied it like a biologist watching mating rituals in nature. Love, said, is not forever. It's a temporary contract between your biology and hers, and the moment the terms are no longer useful, it expires. You think she changed? No, she recalculated. You think she doesn't care? No, she just cares more about her own advancement. This is not heartlessness. This is efficiency. And until men understand this, they'll keep writing love songs to women who've already moved on emotionally. You didn't lose the one? You lost your function in her biological mission. Part 3. Marriage, the most polished cage ever built. Now we walk into society's grandest illusion. The castle, the queen. The fairytale.marriage.schopenhauer didn't see marriage as a sacred vow. He saw it as a contract designed to control men and secure women. He said, marriage is a trap set by nature. The bait is love. The purpose is reproduction. The consequence is bondage. Let that sink in. From childhood, men are told to dream of it, the wedding, the vows, the family. But what they're not told is that marriage often becomes a slow erosion of masculine autonomy. Why? Because once a man marries, he gives up choice. He's no longer the prize. He's the provider. He's the secured resource, Schopenhauer observed. Once a woman locks in commitment, her behavior changes. Not drastically, but consistently. Affection diminishes. Sexual desire often fades. Demands rise, and the man, he becomes trapped financially, emotionally, socially. You stop being loved for who you are. You're now loved for what you can provide if you fail. She leaves, but not empty dash-handed. She takes your house, your kids, half your future, and society applauds her. While it shames you, Schopenhauer wasn't bitter. He was simply awake. Marriage, he argued, was never about male happiness. It was a system of social and female security, enforced through courts, culture, and fear. Part 4. The Great Switch. How aging transforms her power. There's one force that redefines a woman more than love. It's more than marriage. Schopenhauer studied how aging reshapes feminine power. When a woman is young, she doesn't need to demand. She attracts by default. Her looks, her energy, her allure. They pull the world toward her. But time isn't kind. Beauty fades. Attention shifts. And when that happens, her method of control evolves. She no longer seduces. Guilts. She no longer draws in suitors. She demands obedience. She moves from being desired to being feared, respected, or obligated. Schopenhauer described older women not as cruel, but as desperate to maintain relevance in youth. She says, I love you. In age, she says, you, oh me. And unless a man sees this shift, he'll remain emotionally enslaved to a version of her that no longer exists. Part 5. Emotional leverage. Her real power over men here's where most men lose the war. Emotion. She knows your heart better than you do. She knows how to make it sing. She knows how to make it shatter. And she uses it often without even knowing how powerful she is, Schopenhauer said. A woman's whole life is a history of the affections. Her currency is your attention, your love, your approval, your pursuit, and once she knows you need it, she owns you. This isn't love, it's conditioning. She gives you warmth. Then coldness. She texts, I miss you, and disappears. And like Pavlov's dog, you keep coming back, hoping for the next hit. This is why most men can't walk away, because they weren't just in love. They were addicted. Part 6. Embrace. Solitude or be consumed by the illusion. Schopenhauer believed the ultimate liberation for a man was solitude. Not loneliness, not exile, but freedom. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. When you're alone, you stop performing. You stop chasing. You stop being a slave to anyone. It's validation. Your thoughts sharpen. Your standards rise. Your heart becomes a fortress, not a weapon turned against you. Solitude isn't a punishment. It's where power is born. Part 7. You were never meant to be tamed. This is the whisper that echoes through centuries. You were never meant to be tamed. The system softens you, civilizes you, domesticates you through school, through work, through love. But deep inside, there's something ancient, something wild. Unbroken. Schopenhauer saw that society uses romance and tradition to turn men into servants of comfort. But a man who reclaims his solitude, who sees through the mask, who refuses to chase illusions, becomes unbreakable. He doesn't hate women. He understands them. He doesn't fear love. He sees through its disguise, and in doing so, he awakens. Outrow, the whisper still echoes Arthur. Schopenhauer whispered something most men never dared to hear. Know her nature. See through the mask, and above all, remain sovereign. That whisper still lives, and now it lives in you. If this shook something in your soul, like, comment, and subscribe. Because this isn't just about relationships. This is about reclaiming the man you were always meant to be. Here on Truth Uncovered, we don't chase love. We chase clarity.